everybody. Today I'll be making a video on time management and punctuality. Time is their biggest resource. It works with us and it works against us. Time is the number one thing we have in life. Some of us are at the very end of our time, and some of us are at the very beginning of the time, saying that they're just born, and the end of the time, some are very old and just waiting for that spiritual exchange. But anyway, with that being said, time, you can't be wasting time. This is all we have. This is the main thing we have in our life is time. And behind time, there's time management. Time management is how well you can structure, organize, or schedule your day. Some are so structured that they know when they're gonna have a drink of water, they know when they're gonna eat, they know when they're gonna use the washroom. They know when it's time to have a break. That's the ultimate time management right there. And some people on the other hand don't have time management at all. They just wake up every day and go with the flow, and whatever comes up they have to do. They don't expect what's going to be happening during the day. And time management, you got to have time management, and you got to respect time in this life we have. Because time management comes after taking care of ourselves. Time management is very important, especially when you want to grow as a person, because we all have 24 hours in a day. We need to work or sleep 6 to 8 hours, but 6 hours is usually good, and then after that you have 18 hours in a day to do whatever. So if you go to bed at 9, wake up at 3, like some people out there, I ain't on that level, but they wake up at 3, and their day starts at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then their day ends at 9 o'clock at night, and that's 18-hour days of straight working. The hardest I ever went was when I was doing my second year business, and I traveled from Pascoa to Yorkton. It was an hour and 45-minute drive. So I had to run on 5 hours every day. Of course, I didn't do that right at the beginning. I started at 8, dropped it down to 7, 6, and then realized that I needed more time in a day to work. Because I traveled like 3 hours a day every day. So I ran on 5 hours every day right to the very end, right until COVID shut us down. Of course, I ran into some problems where I was working too much and my family left me because I was literally, that's all I did was work, school, 19-hour days, but I live and learn from that, and with that being said, you have to have a partner that is willing to go through those, absence, your presence absence, you being gone all the time. You have to have a strong partner that is willing to pick up your slack from not being there, but with time management, you absolutely need that, right? Like I said, you sleep 6 hours, you get up, takes you 2 hours to get ready, whatever, and that's just my time, take 2 hours, hour and a half, and that's just to as they say in a man's world, shit, shower, and a shave, that comes after, you figure out your routine, your schedule, because everything's routine. We do everything by habit, right? So it's kind of like a self-assessment. It's like, what am I doing wrong that's causing me to be late? What am I doing wrong that's always making me sleep in? Why I feel so tired in the morning? Well, maybe because you're distracted with the phone, or staying up too late, whatever it is. There's a distraction, right? And I know kids are a big distraction as well. It's not really a distraction. It's like we need to attend to those, right? Those are basic basic things you have to do as a parent. You know, me having raising 5 children, but having 6. You know, I try my best to do that as a father that works around the clock, that has 2 jobs. You know, not only 2 jobs, that I do a lot of mechanics for me and my friends. You know, to keep us going. You know, we try to be self-sufficient. You know, we try our best. You know, it's not easy. We're broke. We're limited on time, and you know, we have families. We all have families. But when it comes to punctuality, you know, say you start at 8 o'clock. You know, I'll give you an example. 8 o'clock, you start at 8, and some people, you know, the undedicated people, the lazy people, if you will, show up exactly at 8. You know, but I've been taught that's wrong growing up. You know, I've been taught because, you know, I try my best to go to a lot of different schooling, a lot of different courses to find what I like, because I grew up as a roofer, man. And I did like 18-hour days, hard days. And those were just on the roof 18 hours. So I had to account for, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours going to the dump, drop off our garbage, going home and getting ready for bed. And, you know, those were hard days when I was a kid, like 16 years old, 17, 15, you know, all those ages. I worked so hard, eh? I used to make more money then than I do now, you know, and that's crazy. And I miss those days because I worked hard. I got paid good though. But anyway, you show up at 8 o'clock. That's late. Like you're late, even though according to you know, your job title, you start at 8. 8 o'clock, you're already late. You know, because 8 o'clock, you show up at 8. You gotta get ready. You gotta get your paperwork ready. You gotta get your tools ready. You gotta basically start getting ready before you work, you know. So it takes you at 15, 20 minutes, some people a half hour, you know, to actually get going, you know, and you're getting paid for that, you know. And then that doesn't make sense, you know. In the business world, you have to show up. What's on time is 15 minutes early, you know. That's on time because you use that 15 minutes where you show up at 7:45 to get ready, get your tools ready, get your trucks warmed up, whatever you have to do, whatever your career is, right? Whatever job you have, you know, and then 8 o'clock comes, then you're ready to work. You know, you're already working at 8 o'clock. You're already getting paid for you're already getting paid for what you're doing, you know. And people get this mixed up, you know. When you get paid for time, we all have time. We don't get paid for our time at our careers, what that we're doing at our jobs, at these activities. We don't get paid for our time. Everybody has time, you know. Some people don't get paid more dollars because they have better time than you. No, we have the exact same time. We have to show up at the same time at work. We get paid for our value, what you bring to the work. You know, some people get paid more because they bring more value. They work harder. They show up earlier. They stay up longer. They do the job more correctly. You know, and they make those sacrifices for the company. You know, and you know, I hope this does help you because, you know, I never had a father to teach me, you know, all these things that a man has to learn, you know. Even a single mother, you know, they might not have had the parents that teach them like that. They might have had a dysfunctional family where they grew up with alcoholics and, you know, drug addiction and, you know, no parents at all, you know. But, you know, I'm just trying my best to help you, but with that, you know, because I see a lot of, in my culture, a lot of us we never had that, you know. We grew up in a dysfunctional home. We grew up with racism. We grew up with, you know, a lot of so-called disadvantages, but that's all right because, you know, some of us use that for our strength, you know. And speaking of, you know, time management, punctuality, I'm starting at 7:45. I should be at the yard getting ready. But with that being said, I hope you guys learned something and picked it up, and I hope you can use it into your daily lives. But remember, just because you heard it once and you did it once doesn't mean you know it. You know, you have to practice everything every day and make it a habit. You know, so I hope that was a good explanation on time management, and punctuality. You know, I'll be back for another video on how you can make yourself better. And like I said before, you know, you can't get the help unless you want the help. You know, you have to be sick of your old ways. You have to be sick of not being who you really want to be, right? So I hope you have a good day. Work hard, keep going, and keep praying. You know, keep doing your best. Thank you.